Yeah, Kenshin, you were not here last week. Last week was something else. Definitely the biggest payout that anyone has received yet. So I guess
Yeah,
that
you
was
bastards. Making my fist at you guys.
Yeah.
awesome. So
Really overburdened by gold.
yeah, yeah,
Also true.
it was a whole thing. All right. Well, basically today, you have not met Logar yet, so we're gonna get to that. But last week we did actually lose, not in the sense of death, but we did lose one of our mains. Edward did retire. He can be found either possibly bumbling around town in nothing more than a bedsheet when it's freezing cold. It's possible. Hopefully, he found his way to the college with his student follower, and they're doing stuff and things in there.
They're doing
So
collegey stuff.
exactly, doing the learning. I think the years finally caught up to him, and he just had to call it quits. So
He just wanted knowledge.
he wanted the knowledge. He'd had enough of the real world. He wanted book learning once more.
Basically, he's like, "You guys are trying to kill me."
Exactly.
Wait, I'm the one who suggested we go through the portal. Maybe I'm trying to kill all you guys.
Maybe it's just not safe for anyone. Yeah,
Maybe it's just safer if I just stay in the city.
exactly.
Except he blew up part of the college.
That hasn't occurred yet. I'm not quite sure where he's been, but there haven't been any reports of naked men in the streets. So I think he's okay.
He's probably conjured his clothes.
Yeah, he's doing something. He may not have left the college once he got there. You know, he might be asleep in the library, but he's there. He's happy. He survived. So hurrah! A big hurrah for Edward. So for
Matters.
a few things, I did change the things you get for having an apartment. Instead of rolling to heal, because you heal automatically when you get back to town, you now have the option to roll to heal a debility at no cost. So that has been updated on the Google Doc. And basically, starting off with the common bedroom, it's just a straight D6 roll. Basically a full, so a 10, 11, 12 is going to heal the debility. A 7, 8, 9, I will allow you to transfer. So you don't necessarily lose that debility, but you can change it to be a debility elsewhere. We'll figure out how that is and why that is. But you can kind of choose your debility in that case. And then obviously 6 or below, nothing happens. The next stage of bedroom will be against your constitution. So you can use that stat. And then the top tier will be your constitution +1. So that way, because I know debilities are one of the most pain in the butt things. So hopefully that will give you a little more incentive. Also, if you pull up the downtime moves handout and scroll down, you'll see a new section, town upgrade moves. And because our friend Edward retired, he opened up a few upgrades for you guys. And so these are going to be available at the beginning, just like any other downtime move. Some of them will require you to spend a hold, some won't. And so the two that have been added, library card, one character can get a bag of books at no cost per session if they so choose. Again, the bags of books, if you're searching for intelligence for any specific reason and you feel, hey, I have a book in this bag that will surely shed knowledge on this, you pull book out just as if you had adventuring gear, and you get a bonus on that roll. And then the other one is classes. Each character may spend some time taking classes and earn 1 XP. So if you wanted to spend a city hold for a straight XP point, you can do that.
Nice. Thank you, Edward.
You're welcome.
Rather polite of you, sir.
All right, and I think that's all there is, but definitely if you haven't for a while, go back to the town upgrades Google Doc, take a look at it. There's a lot of stuff on there, from unique followers to opening up access to the alchemist, and a whole bunch of stuff. So be sure to take a look at that at some point. I also made a little something for us. This is going to be a little bit of an in-game bookkeeping thing.
Oh, hello.
There you go. You guys got a bounty board now. It doesn't have a lot of stuff on it, but it's
we
there.
haven't exactly found too many bounties.
Exactly, and it's not just for bounties. There's a few other things on there, so it's a way to keep track. If it's been a couple weeks and you haven't moved forward on anything, I'll kind of toss them up there for you guys, along with Discord. So it can just be something if you have those troubles.
The things?
What's that?
Where's the link to the things?
If you go to the downtime moves handout and scroll down.
Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah, I know I have it saved in my Google Docs.
Yeah.
I get a quick link to it from there, but I also knew that it was in a thing and I just couldn't find it. I'm like, where'd it go?
Yep, it's hiding about halfway down in that page. Right under
by
the...
the way, you guys, since my face is here for whatever reason, mostly because I don't feel the need to turn off my camera right now, you're gonna see me, genuflect and make faces. And
yeah, I don't see your camera right now, so...
You have it all disabled.
I do. I must. It's all good. We're all static images.
My face is definitely on my screen.
There you go. I mean, I could turn that on. Why not? If other people are gonna do it.
Ah, crap. Let me get a shirt.
There you go. Now you can see the big pink. Oh wait.
Double stilts.
I muted myself.
I've only got one.
Oh, are you hearing me twice?
You might have to actually mute your internet client, though.
There we go.
No, I am muted on my side. I do have 2 pages open, so it's possible the other one is.
Hawk's side.
No, I can mute him within my I just mute within the just click on your little image and mute your ass.
Hey, pale me. Woo.
All right. So I do believe that is everything I've changed. I believe. It's possible I may have done other things. So, Kenshin, my friend.
Yes, that would be me.
It's been a while. You took a month off at the beginning of winter. So, what have you been doing?
Well, I think I've Kenshin has probably been relaxing because he's had a lot of stress lately. Adventuring has been very stressful, but I haven't acquired what I'm looking for yet. So Kenshin hasn't even determined what he's looking for yet.
Yeah, just kind of going with the flow.
I'm sorry. The spoon hand was distracting me.
Sorry, it's better this way.
It's better this way.
Well, I'm gonna be looking at this screen, so it'll look like I'm at least looking this direction.
Yeah, no, I just saw
It was like.
I was like, what is going on? Why is this happening?
How's your city life going? I mean, it's so we are in the middle of winter now. It is cold. It is snowing on a probably bi-weekly to tri-weekly basis, or multiple times per week. For the most part, you see some guards rolling around. They've applied a lot of fur to their armor now. And there's still a lot of those large fires that kind of keep the sidewalks clear of ice and all of that. So it's not horrible in the city, but it's still, I mean, you're up in the air, so it's just cold. So how has he been adjusting to all of that, and
Well,
city in general?
Cold is not something he's unaccustomed to. He does have his own methods of dealing with the cold.
Well, indeed, you actually do. There's something really, really strange that you do with your clothing that, like, everybody's completely blown away by. Like, this is abnormal. This is something unique to you and your people. What is it?
We carry warm rocks.
Yeah, but I mean, you've said that before. You've told me about the warm rocks, but it wasn't this cold when you're holding the warm rocks. This must be something new. Like, it's gotten past that point. You still got the warm rocks, but this is...
We still carry the warm rocks, but part of it is that in our developing years, we truly acclimate ourselves to the seasons. In fact, when Kenshin was younger, it was not uncommon for him to, walk a couple of miles through snow. One way and then the other. Uphill, both ways.
Of course.
So, yeah, but actually mostly what it is that we also understand layering. So while I wear silks, I layer them. And so basically I've got a layer of raw silk clothing on that I then layer my proper silk clothing over. And that extra layering with the warm rocks tends to keep me fairly warm.
Yeah. So your physique doesn't change much compared to everybody else. It's just kind of bulked up with the furs and everything. For the most part, you're still slimmed down, but people may not even notice that you have, layers of silks because they're so thin. So they're looking at you like you're wandering around in your silk bathrobe.
Yep.
How is this guy? What is he doing?
And opposed to my normal like low sandals that I normally wear, I also during the winter I wear platform sandals, so they've got about 3 inches of clearance between me and the ground. So it's so I'm slightly bulkier with the clothing, but then I've got another 3 inches on top of that. So and if I know I'm going in someplace that I don't require them, I leave the sandals at the door and lead on.
Sweet. Well, you've been obviously spending time in your apartment. I'm assuming. Have you added much furniture to it, or is it still pretty?
I do not live I live a fairly Spartan lifestyle. The most that my apartment has is, I do have a proper bed now.
It's a miracle.
I've decided that sleeping on just a bedroll is a little obnoxious. So so I now actually have a proper mattress that I when I still don't sleep on anything. My mattress.
Just a frame.
I don't have a frame or anything on the floor. What's this frame? Why do you people need to be off the ground?
I waste the wood.
Plus,
Awesome.
if you lay on the floor, you don't have to worry about heating underneath yourself.
Very true. Sweet. Let's go ahead and do some of our downtime rolls. So for your apartment at the stage it's at now, it's still going to be the Dormito Ladrone roll, which is a straight roll plus charisma. And then you just need to pay your balance, which I believe is 5 coins per.
Yep. Now, I don't want I don't want Hawk to have to pay extra because I'm bringing this up or whatever. But how does that work if you've been gone for a couple months and you're still...
So, kind of what I was telling Seta, I'm not gonna make you pay months and months and months if it's just for like yourself, but if you have followers, or if you have something that ties yourself directly to the world, aka a certain fort that might have a whole bunch of people in it, things are going to change if you are not there doing it. And
All right,
you
I just-
cannot be there without being here. You can't just put your guy there and say he's doing the normal stuff. No, you got to kind of control that. So if you just have yourself and it's just an apartment, I'm assuming whatever, it's gonna get paid. I'm not gonna do the bookkeeping to say, okay, it's been 3 months since your last.
Okay, that's what I was
Yeah,
like.
I was about to say, I'm assuming that instead of adventuring, we're just, we're basically
hanging
just doing
working.
stuff around the
Yeah.
city and
Yeah, okay.
making,
That's
I
all
mean-
I wanted to know.
Exactly.
because I mean, you can make 10 coins getting a job. So
Yeah.
if your apartment costs 5 coin, and I mean,
Yeah.
you're not out adventuring, so you're not. It's not like you're spending city hold to do that.
Exactly. I mean, again, if you have like, if you have followers and your followers, their cost is say adventure, that might mean that when you come back, their loyalty may have dropped a little bit. I'm not going to say it's going to drop per month. It's really going to be based off the length of time and what actually happened in the world. If there's a lot of scary stuff going on out there, they may not want to even leave the city, so they might be perfectly content to just hang out, for weeks at a time. So
I heard there was this big scary thing over here. I'm perfectly content to have not left the city.
exactly, I'm cool hanging out here, not doing anything. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and make your roll, let's see how your month has been.
What happens?
Oh yeah, it's you had time off, right? Like that, really, no big deal. Now, if you want to, you could pay. For you, I'll say it's 3 coins to get an additional city hold. If not, you are simply well rested and ready for adventure.
So that would be an additional 3 coins on top of my
Monthly
5
rent.
coin upkeep.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me go look, because having an extra city hold is not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's not a terrible idea at all.
Yeah, I can afford that. So I'll subtract 8 coins from my my less than 500.
Sounds good.
That brings me to 324.
Oh, see, you're still richer than I am.
Yeah, but you spent all yours.
Mm-hmm.
I bought an apartment. I live
no-
next to you.
Yeah.
I bought Edward's old apartment.
And now I have 3 danked city hold.
Yep. Perfect.
I also get the 1 free one for just being in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see what have I done?
Perhaps now go and try to paint another picture. That worked so well for you.
It did work so well for me. It worked amazingly well
Oh wait,
for me.
you've been banned.
You've been-
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I remember something happening that
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been banned for a month.
beaten by brooms and banned from. Well, you've been out for a month.
Yeah.
So you can go back if you want.
If you want to, it's still there. I mean, I'm assuming the stages are a little different at this point. Probably covered with a lot of hides and all of that, and large fires burning underneath. Again, there's not too many people wandering the town. The pub is still full because it's heat. They've got music. They got good food. They got beer and ale. So that's full. You don't see much movement in like the embassies and all that. It seems like they've pretty much closed up. Obviously, people can get over there if they need to. And then the rest of it, a few of the flower shops and stuff that really rely on fruits, vegetables, things that grow, they've kind of closed up for now.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're still living in a city of hundreds of thousands of people. There's still people out. It's just not
Yeah.
as busy.
Well, that's probably the perfect time for me to do that because nobody will complain.
Exactly.
That would be my hope. So yeah, I'll spend my freehold to spend some time in the Salvador Meadows, working on my art.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Did you
poetry.
keep the painting you had before, or did that kind of
Oh,
get
yeah.
damaged during the fight?
No, it's hanging up. It's just a simple wall scroll.
Are you working on that one still, or are you doing a new?
Oh no, that one's finished. I'm now actually working on a winter landscape.
Is it just a lot of white, like on a black background? Just
Well, see, that's the thing is you have to make the winter scene live. So you have to white. No's not just white. There's blues and purples, and depending on how it lays over the rocks, and there's form in everything.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
So
Awesome. So I mean, it's still the park, so there'll still be a few people that come by. Yeah. So, you're able to get it done. You actually receive 1d10 coins. Somebody just says, hey, maybe they noticed you before. You've improved. So here's a tip. Maybe go and get some colors for the next one. The blues and all that are fine, but maybe some reds, maybe some oranges. Open it up a little bit.
Here's what shapes look like. Take a coin.
And there
Perhaps.
is, yeah, there is someone out that happens to wander by and take notice of you. For what reason is not clear, but you definitely notice that there was someone hanging out kind of in the distance, just watching what you do and not really approaching.
Take a coin.
hey,
There you go.
look at that! I didn't spend anything.
Go. Perfect.
Fancy.
Are you spending any other holds on anything today?
No, because I don't have enough money to purchase really anything, and I've got plenty of other things. So
Boy, let me tell you, I've got things to do.
you've always got things to do.
Sirach, my drunken little halfling friend, the weather's changing. I'm assuming the change in temperature, the fact that, life, as you know it, has kind of gone into hibernation in the forest and in the woods, that your dreams have possibly changed. You might actually feel yourself changing a little bit. Describe what you're feeling right now.
Well, it's just more of a kind of time to hibernate, so I tend to sleep in a little late and can't stay up anywhere near as late either.
Okay, yeah. Absolutely. Do you feel like that feeling has kind of hibernated with you? You're no longer feeling like drawn actively to go out and do anything, protect nature and all that. It's just kind of asleep, so it's making you a little more tired.
Yep, pretty much. I still get those vivid dreams, but it's only really when something is actually happening. For the most part, everything's kind of hibernating and sleeping, so it's pretty calm and relaxing.
Yeah, the dreams haven't been too active recently. The last thing you remember is just a familiar field that you've been through before. A lot of new saplings begin to grow, where it appeared some old, like, broken down wooden equipment, sheds and a few like axes and saw benches and stuff had all kind of been crushed and crumbled, and now new saplings were kind of forming there. But that was a long time ago, a couple months ago. So other than that, it's been pretty good. Where have you been spending your nights? You still been in taking out the suite in the hotel?
Yeah, that room's really nice.
Yeah, it's I think at this point, you know, it's just your room. They're kind of just they don't plan to give it out to anyone else. Even if they haven't talked to you in a while, they just kind of reserve it for you. I might be a little disappointed if you ever ended up leaving. You've really built that relationship with the staff. You know, all the the housekeepers that come by, and they've grown quite affectionate to you. So yeah, the Hotel Balaza de Plata is going to be 55 minus your charisma coins to spend, and then roll plus your charisma to see how well it's been. All right. So again, you're obviously spending time at the bar. You're talking to the bar keep this time, and you're just he's having you try out some new taps that he's been doing in the basement. And he just kind of tells you, hey, there's a few openings here, and I've heard this store might have a couple sales going on because it's the winter time, and you get yourself an additional city hold. You're also well rested and ready for adventure.
Adventure.
So what do you spend your time doing?
Yeah, give me a second. I've got quite a few city hold. I'm up to 5 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the time that I have been up, I've been just kind of practicing, kind of honing skills. Some of the staff have kind of not liked it so much because I might break something from time to time.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So I take it you are bolstering yourself?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So go ahead. Again, the preparation I leave for you to spend as you will. You can apply after the roll has been rolled. I will just want to know a little bit more as to how you know and how what you've been training to do actually affect what you are about to do. So that's that. And did you do anything else while you were here?
I was gonna go visit the vendor, but I got these nice robes, so I don't need to do that anymore.
Well, yeah. As you are kind of heading outside, you come across Kenshin. He's hanging out in these 3-inch platforms, but it doesn't look like he's wearing a lot more layers. He kind of still has his same physique. Why don't you tell him a little bit about what you look like when you head outside?
Well, I have this. I can't remember how you pronounced it. Komachi.
Yeah, something like that. It's kind of it's a tabard, kind of.
Yeah, it's a nice red tunic with a I can't remember. Did I say gold emblem?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Basically, the gold crest of the forest god on the chest.
Yeah, it's very very fine silk. As someone that sees silk, this is a silk you've probably seen before. You may not know exactly where you got it from, but it's not the silk your kind produce or make. It's a different kind, but yeah, this is high quality stuff he's wearing.
Cool.
And it's like one chic layer. There's no layering to me. I'm like, it looks like I'm basically naked as far as how little clothing I have on.
Well, yeah, I mean, how are you with the change in temperature? I mean, it's gone down to the point that the windows are frosting up. There's frost and ice on anything that's glass. It's cold. I mean, we're talking probably 40s at the high, 40s, American temperature. So what is that, 15, 16, something?
Lower than that.
Yeah,
Well,
Zero Celsius
is 32, 30 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's like
basically just above freezing.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 2 or 3.
And some days, especially when it starts snowing, it gets below freezing quite quickly. So how is your little halfling body doing with that? How?
Well, with this nice little tunic I got, it's like a nice summer day, like
Yeah.
a nice breezy summer day for me.
You
I'm
two
fine.
make quite the pair standing in the middle of the town square. Like you see, the guards walking by with these huge, wolf and bear pelts over their shoulders, wearing a hood over their head. Even that's not keeping them warm. And there's these two guys that are standing out there in nothing more than silks. They're not shivering, they're not standing near a fire, they're standing in a few inches of snow, simply not affecting them. It's quite a strange sight. Awesome. Well, do you spend your time doing anything else there, Sir Rock?
No, I'll leave it at that.
Perfect. Terrace, our wonderful ranger friend, how have you been the past month? Where have you been staying?
Considering that the streets were just horrifying and what was it, Lardron? It was the Edward's room was also not as pleasant.
Yeah.
Terrace has moved up to the Pydra Inn.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah, I mean it's a pretty good hotel. It's nothing that is too fancy, but it's got a little sauna and pool. It's got really friendly staff. The room is always clean. It's got a good comfortable mattress. It's probably been in there for a while, but it's still comfortable nonetheless. So yeah, for that, it's gonna be 35 minus your full charisma, so whatever your full charisma score is in coins, and then you will roll plus your charisma to see how well it's been going. Yeah, something like that, Hawk.
oh,
Jeez.
Not super well. It hasn't been going super well. So for that, nothing really happens. You don't have anything good, don't really have anything bad happen. You just have some good nights of sleep. You have some good food at the bar. Probably have a couple good conversations with the men and women that are hanging out there, and you are well rested and ready for adventure. So you will get your 1 city hold for this month on top of whatever else you had saved up. What have you been spending your time doing?
and your sweet XP.
My sweet XP. Terrace has gone to the general store or I think the blacksmith possibly to try to get a price on the gems and that gem encrusted silver flute that we found the other day.
Indeed.
All my hate. I adventure for forever, and the one piece of loot I come away with is a shield.
That you
New
gave up.
shields. I did, because I have no use for it.
Awesome. Yeah, so as far as the gems go, you could really go either place. Are you looking to just get straight cash? Or are you looking to possibly trade for different items?
I don't think there's anything of interest that I would trade for, because I like my bow. I've got plenty of arrows, especially thanks to the fact we found a bundle of them last adventure as well. So probably just straight cash is best.
Okay. The blacksmith for a while has been a little tapped out on cash. There's been a lot of these strangely large golden rings kind of being melted down and sold there. So he's a little tapped out. But the store, I call it here, the second chance. Yeah, I think they'd be willing to take a look at your gems, see what's going on there, And so whenever you're trying to sell something, you will be rolling plus your charisma. It wasn't stolen, so you're not going to be taking a negative on that. On a 10 plus, the purchaser will offer a full and fair price, which I believe was 130 per gem.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then on a 7 to 9, they will offer you half of the total cost, and will keep your information tied to that item. That's really more if you steal something and then try to sell it. Well, just in case someone tries to find it. On a 6S, 6 minus, we'll see what happens. So let's go ahead and try that charisma once more.
This is gonna be fun.
Hey.
Perfect. There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
Awesome. So that would make it. He definitely welcomes you into the store. I don't know, have you actually shopped at the store at all before, or is this your first time going there?
First time. Terrace has been around the general vicinity of a lot of the places, but he's never actually been into any of the stores. He hasn't been to the park. He's just kind of admired them.
Mm-hmm. You walk in and you see the counter, and you can see movement behind the counter, and this gruff voice says, "1 minute, I'll be with you." Just you kind of hear rustling, and then up pops a head, just about a foot over the counter, and you see this white-haired, big bushy beard, these really, really light blue eyes piercing at you, and this dwarf raises his hand. "Ah, welcome to the second chance. What can I be doing you for today?" You go, you have your Yeah.
I've got a few gems that I'd like to sell.
Gems, yes. Let me take a look at them. And it takes a few moments to roll them over in his hand, kind of feel them. He pulls out a little bit of a one-eye glass, looks at them closer. "Ah, yes, these are quite good. I'll give you 390 coins today. What you say?"
Sounds fantastic. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. So he goes and he takes the gems, he sets them aside, and goes into his little bag behind the desk, pulls out some coins, hands them to you. "Now, there be anything else I can do you for today?"
Yeah, I also have this odd flute here. I'm not sure if it works either, but it seems interesting.
Kind of looks at it, and he's weighing the balance, and he pulls it up and looks at the gems again. "Where did you say you got this from?"
Would you believe it was inside of a giant worm's stomach?
I've been around for a while. I've heard of this worm. Yes, down south of us, I believe. That worm has taken quite a few of the men and women that would bring their product to my store. To say you found one in such a creature, you're saying that he's now slain.
Yeah, I didn't do it alone, though. There were two others that really did a fine job testing the beast.
Yes. I've heard there's been a lot more adventurers heading out as of late, so it's good to hear that you are doing good work. The past few months have been, well, rumors have been surfacing that some foul deeds may have been occurring, but I'm glad to hear that good things have been occurring now. So yes, this flute, well, I'm afraid I don't quite know if I could buy this from you. See, this here, this appears to be a tamer's flute.
Tamer's flute?
Yes, it's an elvish flute by nature. It's something they would use their faraway lands to calm the creatures of their homes and to actually call on those creatures when in need. Perhaps if you were to take this to the embassy, they may be able to offer you, but for me to purchase it, it would be crossing some lines that I wish not to cross.
That's fair. Thank you.
Well, of course. Happy to assist you. What was your name there, son?
Terrace.
Terrace, very nice to meet you. I am Delmar Brenuda. This is my establishment. Of course, I see you must be some kind of hunter yourself, so if you're ever in need of arrows or anything like that, please stop by. I'd be happy to assist you.
Thank you again.
Of course,
And
of course.
Terrace leaves the store.
Perfect. There you go. Got a little bit more money. Now, keep in mind, for every 100 gold you have, that is 1 extra weight. So,
Yeah, I'm probably gonna leave most of the coins back at the room
mhm.
because the weight of the gold itself would already almost make me encumbered.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, it's still an open hotel room, so want to leave it there? That's fine. Never
I have
know.
a chest.
That's true. If you want to, I would say if you go ahead and put it in that chest and you leave that chest in the room, I will say it's protected. You're good to go.
Okay.
Awesome, awesome. Did you do anything else while you were in town this month?
No, not really. Just kind of relaxing at the hotel, trying to get a feel for it. Enjoying not getting broken into on a constant basis.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. You've noticed something over the past couple weeks. You know, you've probably been watching the forest and doing your hunter things. There's something that the animals have been doing. You know, you've seen the birds and the foxes and all this that they're doing for winter here that you haven't really seen them doing back where you come from. What is it?
It was a fox in particular that caught my attention. It was climbing a tree, which doesn't make much sense because most of the foxes that I'd seen were had dens usually underground or underneath trees. But this particular fox that I was watching actually had both a bored hole into one of the large trunks of a tree, but also had a kind of a nest that had possibly salvaged from a bird, a very large bird that had been in the tree once before.
A squirrel fox.
Awesome.
A squawks.
Yeah, I'm assuming it probably took one of the eagle nests. I mean, the eagles probably roll out somewhere during winter. They go and they fly south where it's nice and warm. So that's pretty awesome. Awesome. Perfect. Logar, our man in shining armor. Well, actually, before we get to you, Terrace, you wander into the town square. Right? You're heading to go out on this adventure. You've heard Logar. He's been saying in the bar, my companions are gone. I need to go save them. Of course, you're like, this guy can't do it alone. So you head out and you see a familiar small figure standing next to a larger figure. They are both dressed in nothing more than a few silks, but they seem completely relaxed. And Sirach, you can see Terrace heading your direction.
I'm just gonna kind of wave him over to us.
Yeah, so Terrace, as you approach, why don't you kind of describe what you look like in the winter weather? Have you been adding layers yourself, or went hunting for some
Or have you
wolf
gone
hide?
the way of the Northmen and wear furs?
Yes.
I'm still just wearing my cloak and whatever clothes that I still have brought with me. There's not much that I could bring with me, and hunting to kill an animal is still kind of a problem. So
Gotta
I
get you
wasn't
some
just-
clothes.
yeah, he's a little cold right now. The cloak still does a pretty good job keeping him warm, but not having anything else is kind of a problem.
Awesome. Yeah. So you recognize Kenshin from a few months ago. Yeah, last time you saw him, he was passed out, kind of in the middle of a situation. So he seems to be much more awake this time, which is good. So you guys all kind of hang out there. Logar, the man in steel. You got yourself an apartment.
Yeah.
What does this apartment look like for a paladin of the lost?
It's pretty bare right now. There's a small bed in the corner and a rack where I hang my armor. That's about it.
Sweet. Let's go ahead and get your rolls done. So again, that's going to be the Dormito Ladrone. So you'll have your 5 coin upkeep for the month. And roll your D6 plus charisma. No problemo. Again, you have the same offer. You know, for a little bit extra coin, you're going to be able to get a little information, get yourself an extra hold in the city.
How much coin?
3 coins. Half your monthly upkeep.
All right. I'll take that.
Awesome. So get yourself an extra hold, and you got your free hold as well. What have you been doing this month?
I have. Well, I've searched the city for a jeweler so I can sell these gems.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, you went to the blacksmith first thinking he could be using gems, and as soon as you like showed him the coins, he's like, nobody's buying my stuff right now. All I've been doing is giving out money. I'm sorry, I don't have any. You end up making your way over to this nice little shop. You walk in and there's just rows and rows of stuff. It's not really out of order, but it's not really in order as well. It's kind of like somebody takes the time to put stuff away, but doesn't really put it away where it should be. You got swords laying next to torches, and there's arrows laying down next to the bandages. So it's a little bit clustered, but it's nice and organized. And behind the counter, you can see a shorter gentleman. He's got, you know, bright white hair, these piercing blue eyes, dwarvish. He raises his hand. Hello there, friend. Welcome to the Second Chance. What can I be doing you for today?
Greetings! I'm here to sell these bags of jewels. Or bag of jewels.
He starts chuckling. Haha, I know who you must be. Yes, you have a companion, smaller gentleman. He wears a cloak, carries a bow, yes, and you have slain yourself the worm in the south, yes?
Yes, indeed.
Ah, yes. Well, I know these gems are good. Let me just take a look at them and make sure they're the same thing. While he's looking, do your roll, sir. These ones are not as clean as your friends. You get these from what, the gullet? With these ones sitting in the stomach juices a little too long?
They were in the worm, yes.
Yes. Well, I think today I might be able to... I could give you 195 coins for these.
Total?
That's correct, yeah. You know, since you did slay the beast in the south, I'll give you 200 coins for them.
I'll take it.
Wonderful. I have no idea what I'm going to use these for. As he kind of starts muttering to himself, but he's happy to do business. Tell me, friend, you look like you're about to head out. Is there anything you might need? I got torches over there. I've got rope. I've got little dungeon rations for you. They're brittle, but you add a little bit of water and they'll be quite good. Anything I can get for you today?
Can you fix armor?
Fix armor? No, I think you're gonna want to go down the street, take your second left. There, you're gonna come across the blacksmith over there. What's his name? And I don't know. He's a surly gentleman. Yeah, he could fix you up. Well,
then I need nothing. Thank you very much.
now of course we'll be sure to stop by. I always have new supply. Well, I don't always have. I sometimes have new supply coming into the store, so be sure to stop by.
Indeed, I will.
Awesome.
I'm gonna wander back to the blacksmith now.
Yeah, you come across her. There's a large gentleman. He kind of has the same physique as Rohan, just kind of a big, bulky human. He's hammering away. Yeah, what can I do for you? Oh, it's you again. I told you I don't have the coins. I'm sorry. Did you go talk to Delmar down at the Second Chance?
I did. I am back to get this armor fixed. And I set the the plate armor.
Hmm.
On the...
Now that is something I can do. Now I know he can do it. Now, did I set up a cost for it? Is the question.
I don't think so.
Yes, I did.
Oh, well, there you go.
And what kind of armor is it that you're getting repaired?
It's plate armor.
Plate armor, which costs how much?
It was, it's actually right up here, I think. Plate armor, 3 armor, worn, clumsy, 350 coins, 4 weight.
350 coins. Yeah, I can get this fixed for you. It's gonna be about probably a couple hours, and for the metal supplies, all that, it'd be about 87 coins.
Very well. What would it take to repair the armor I'm wearing as well?
What kind of armor do you have? Is it
It's
the same?
no, it's splint mail, I think. Scale mail.
Scale.
Because it's kind of acid eaten as well.
There we
65.
go.
You said 83.
Yes, I've seen that armor before. That's not. You know, I know someone that can fix you, but I don't know if they're open right now. You see, the elves are the ones that make that kind of armor. They're really the only ones. I could try to do. I could try to work on it, but I wouldn't want to make it worse than it already is.
Oh, that's fine. I'll visit the elves in time.
Yes. Is there? No, give me a couple hours. I can get this done. Is there anything else I might be able to do for you?
I have a short sword and a round shield. If you would like to buy those as well.
Let's see, a short sword.
Or perhaps we could just trade.
Let me-
I give you the sword and the shield, and you fix the armor.
Let me take a look at these. Go ahead and give me another charisma roll.
Well,
I could probably give you around, we'll say 30 coins for this set here.
that's fine.
So we want to say about 57 then for the armor. You give me the sword.
That sounds fine to me.
Wonderful. Give me a couple hours. I'll get this hammered out for you quite quickly. Yeah, you got yourself a repaired, nice, shiny thing of plate armor, and don't have to worry about that. Whatever. Sword and shield.
Yep, I can remove those, and I can put on the sweet plate armor.
Yep.
1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Alright.
Anything else you're doing?
No, I'm gonna save my last couple holds here.
Alrighty then. So, Mr. Logar, who told you that these missionaries were missing? And how long has it been?
It was kind of the reason I was sent here, because they should have at least sent some kind of message to check in at some point.
Yeah, so the church sent you. So it's
Yeah,
been a
it
couple
was-
months.
Yeah, it's been 3 or 4 months.
And pretty much you just know that they went south.
Yeah, they were supposed to go south and then spread out after.
Yeah, you heard
many
that they were
days.
actually they were supposed to be heading down to Port Crane, but they never arrived. Your contact down in Port Crane reached out to you when you arrived to say, "Hey, these guys were supposed to be here a couple weeks ago." Nothing. So they're somewhere, hopefully. So you head out. Have you done anything for the cold weather? I would assume metal and freezing temperatures could be a little challenging.
I've got like this thick wool lining
Mm-hmm.
on my it's a It's just basically like a full, not a full bodysuit, but it's all thick wool sweater type thing, and some really thick pants and whatnot. Just basically what you would wear under armor, just a bit thicker, so it didn't chafe.
Sweet. So yeah, you start walking in, and Logar, you recognize Terrace and Sirach are standing there, but there's this other figure that you haven't seen before. He's taller, and he's wearing silks. Not much more than that. In fact, he and Sirach appear to be wearing nothing more than their PJs. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're going to look like as you approach, as Kenshin turns around and hears booming footsteps behind him.
I'm about, 6'2", 6'3". I'm pretty big for a paladin, and this new plate mail I'm wearing is nice and shiny from the blacksmith. And I've got a shield in my right hand, and I've got my long sword on my hip on my left. And I've got a full plate helmet. So you can't really see much of me aside the fact that I'm shining in what sun there is and just kind of stomping through the snow.
Awesome. So yeah, you've kind of put the word out, and this is the group that you have. So you guys all start heading towards the gate that leads to the stairs. You recognize that the guards Jake and Gerbosh are hanging out there. Jake's a smaller figure, pretty scrawny, but you can tell he's really feisty kind of guard hanging out there. He's got bright red hair. He kind of reminds you of a certain someone, but he's so small. It's like a simple flick of my finger and he could probably go away. Gorbosh, on the other hand, is a fat dude. He's pretty fat, but he's really, really jolly, really happy, always happy to see you guys. So it's been a while since anyone went up and down these stairs. The stairs actually all have a good layer of snow and frost on them, so the walk down is a little treacherous. You're really having to grip onto the railings, which is cold. I mean, it's metal in the middle of winter, and once you guys get down to the bottom, there's a good probably 5 or 6 inches of snow just there, kind of on the cliffs right when you get out of the city. Now, as soon as you get out, you look out and you can see the forest in front of you. There's a lot of the blue pine trees there that kind of have a good dusting of snow, and then there's a lot of these tree trunks. You aren't really seeing much else, but you're able to see a little bit further. The forest, even though it is winter, it seems healthier. It seems thriving. It almost seems like it's still growing, even though it doesn't have signs of green actually on it. And there's again a good in parts up to maybe 10 or 11 inches of snow kind of piled up against the trees. But not a lot of footprints in there. It's a really beautiful yet kind of empty scene. The temperature as you come down, the morning, the sun is kind of rising up, and it actually there's not too many clouds in the sky, so the sun is coming down, but because there's no clouds, it's pretty cold. We're talking just above freezing, not to the point that you're gonna start have things dropping off, but it's something to consider as you're out today. It's gonna be a little cold. So where you stand now, let's go ahead and get you into our lovely world map.